For the second straight year, Kansas City Chiefs are your Super Bowl champs, third time in 5 years, and a guy who's working over the weekend on behalf of the people of Kansas, but still always has time to watch his Kansas City Chiefs. I saw him on Fox over the weekend, decked out in his Chiefs gear. Is Roger Marshall, Kansas U.S. Senator, joining us on KCMO. Doc, good morning. Where were you last night watching the game?
Pete, good morning. I'm in my little condo. It's about a block from the Capitol, watching it by myself. Just, oh my gosh, what a team victory. Maybe the most exciting Super Bowl game in recent memory. Pete, I want to talk about this team that we have. Do you realize that 19 different players had a tackle yesterday? 19. I know that Patrick Mahomes is first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback. And once again, great game, him and Kelsey, Coach Reed. But this was just one of the greatest Chiefs team efforts I've ever seen. Congratulations to the team.
We've been talking about how maybe this is sweeter than the other two. I know, you break a 50-year drought. That's pretty sweet. But, yeah. I mean, the way the regular season went, the ups, the downs, will this team even make a dent and win a game in the playoffs, who they had to beat on the road, the defense, as you noted, really carrying the way in the regular season. How about that, Doc?
Yeah, underdogs. Just, are you kidding me? We just thrived on that. I loved it when we were an underdog in all these games. I said, my gosh, two-time Super Bowl MVP quarterback, Coach Reed, Spags, and we're the underdogs. You got to love it. And again, hats off to those people before. I know that Mahomes is quite a talent, but Coach Reed is just every bit as important in this equation to giving him putting him in a place to execute those plays. The last play of the game, they've used that before. But my gosh, he was kind of open, wasn't he? Was McCole a little bit open?
Yeah. I mean, and once again, what did we knock all season? The wide receivers dropping balls, leading the league. And, you saw it the last couple of weeks, MVS with the game-sealing catch in the AFC Championship. And McCole Hardman, comes over from the Jets this season, and here he is winning, the Super Bowl for this team.
Yeah, and I just got to go back to the defense and just scrambling, making plays to keep us close in the first half. We knew at halftime Coach Reed would make some adjustments, and we were starting to figure it out that last drive or two in the first half. But the defense keeping us close, just giving Patrick a chance. All we asked for was the ball with a chance to win the game, and my goodness, we did it again. That was exciting.
Yeah, it was.
Speechless and emotionally exhausted.
Yes, absolutely. Roger Marshall on KCMO. Now, you were working hard this weekend. You mentioned you're in D.C. You guys had a vote on this $100 billion in aid to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. It passed the Senate. You were a no vote on this. I saw you on Fox talking about it yesterday. Why the no vote?
Yeah. Once again, we got the cart before the horse. So we're going to fund Ukraine, and we're going to give money to humanitarian efforts overseas, including Gaza, including Hamas, before we even get our own house in order. We have not even done our budget process for this fiscal year for the United States. We've not secured our border, but yet we're going to give funding to Ukraine right now, which I think is somewhat controversial. I'm all for the funding for Israel, but I've said very, very clearly I would not give any more funding to Ukraine until we secured our own border. We've failed miserably at this. It is just an embarrassment up here is what I would tell you. It's embarrassing that we've not secured our own border yet. That's been my number one priority. I just can't fund Ukraine until we secure our own border.
Why did leadership in the Senate want to go along with this, where basically they were able to get and allow, your opponents on the other side of the aisle to get what they wanted on the foreign aid without anything tied to border security of our own border?
Right. So to your point, 2/3 of Republicans voted against this, but a third, including our leadership, voted for it. Look, I don't think it's any secret up here that Mitch McConnell is the biggest Ukraine funder up here, that's his number one priority is to fund Ukraine. I disagree with him. And to his credit, he gives me the ability. Why?
Yeah.
I just don't know I can give you that answer. In as much as I wake up in the morning thinking about the border, my goodness, I just read, again, another mom who lost her child this week or recently to fentanyl poisoning, the fourth member of her family to die from fentanyl poisoning. I don't get it. I just don't. I think they're kind of caught up in 1970s foreign policy. I think that there's a new shift in what Americans think foreign policy is. I've thought a lot about this. Pete, what's the difference between a patriot and a nationalist? A nationalist wants this world peace and wants to do all the good things for the world. But a patriot puts America first. I don't hate Ukraine. I don't hate any of these other countries. I wish them success. I want to help them. But I'm an American first. I always cheer for the Chiefs. I cheer for America. I want to secure our borders. I'm a patriot first. I'm not a nationalist.
Well, now this thing goes to the House, and I guess we'll see what ends up happening there, right? Is that the next step on this in the next minute?
Yeah, so we're still up here. We did several procedural votes. We're going to offer amendments, we hope, if Chuck Schumer will let us offer amendments. Right now, my phone is blowing up. Mike Lee and J.D. Vance are texting me saying, what can we do to slow this down? What can we fight it? Ted Cruz is up here helping us fight to slow this thing down as well. Mm-hmm. We want America to wake up today and realize that we're about to ship $100 billion overseas before we take care of our own home first.
Wow.
So we're going to fight this over here. It goes to the House, to your point, and I think it dies on the vine right there. They need to get to work on funding our own government and figuring that out for this year. So I don't see how they have time to take this up. They need to be working on the United States budget, not Ukraine's.
Senator Marshall, we appreciate you. Thanks for being here after another Super Bowl. And go Chiefs. We'll talk to you very soon.
Can't wait till the draft. See you, Pete.
There you go. He's counting it down. I love it. Roger Marshall on KCMO.